What happens when the most hyped rookie of last season takes a 7-month break, then walks back onto the court like she never left? The Chicago Sky thought they were ready. Angel Reese thought she could rattle Caitlin Clark, but what happened next? No one saw it coming. Clark didn't just show up, she dropped a triple-double that no one in WNBA history has ever done in a season opener. From the opening minutes, you could see something different about Clark. Gone was the hesitation that sometimes plagued her rookie season. No more second-guessing or overthinking. She played with a freedom we hadn't seen since her Iowa days, like she was back in college, absolutely dominating everything in sight. Her first three-pointer splashed through the net. Clean, pure, confident. Then came the no-look passes that left defenders frozen. The rebounds she snatched away from players much taller. The defensive stops that nobody expected from her. This wasn't just Caitlin Clark playing well. This was Caitlin Clark sending a message. By halftime, the Fever led by 19 points. Clark was already flirting with history. 7 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. What started as a highly anticipated matchup had transformed into a statement performance that answered every question about Clark's ability to impact the professional game. The second half wasn't about whether the Fever would win. That was already decided. The second half was about history. Could Clark sustain her remarkable all-around game? The answer came in the fourth quarter when she secured her 10th rebound, completing a triple-double with 20 points and 10 assists already in hand. No player in WNBA history had ever recorded a triple-double in a season opener. Not Diana Taurasi, not Candace Parker, not Sue Bird. Caitlin Clark did what none of them could do, and she did it in her first game of her second season. She didn't just cook the Sky, she served them up with a side of history. That's straight bussin', no cap. Here's where everyone got it wrong. While we all expected Caitlin Clark to light up the scoreboard, nobody saw the Fever transforming into a defensive monster overnight. Chicago's players stepped onto the court thinking they were ready for a shootout. Instead, they walked straight into a nightmare. From the opening tip, the Fever swarmed the Sky like they had 6 defenders on the court. Every shot contested, every passing lane clogged, every drive met with multiple defenders. Chicago players couldn't find any rhythm or space to operate. They looked completely lost, folding faster than a cheap lawn chair. At the center of this defensive masterclass stood Aliyah Boston. She dominated the paint with 5 blocks, tying her career high. What she did to Camila Cardoso, her former South Carolina teammate, was almost unfair. The 6'7" Sky center looked completely overwhelmed, unable to establish any presence inside against Boston's perfect positioning and timing. The numbers tell the shocking story of Chicago's offensive meltdown. The Sky shot an abysmal 29.1% from the field. Their three-point shooting was even worse at 22.2%. They couldn't buy a bucket. Open looks became rare treasures. And even when they got them, the pressure of the moment seemed too much. Remember Lexi Hull, the player Fever fans love for her grit and hustle? She turned into a defensive menace off the bench. 9 points, 9 rebounds, and endless hustle plays had the crowd chanting her name. Hull threw her body around for loose balls, fought through screens, and disrupted Chicago's offense with pure determination. She was giving straight dog energy all night. Let's talk about the moment that's going to be the biggest news for the next 3 months. With just under 2 minutes left in the third quarter, the tension that had been building between Clark and Reese finally boiled over in a moment you'll see replayed about 1,000 times this season. Essentially, Angel Reese gets the ball. Caitlin Clark goes over, commits a hard foul on Reese. She falls to the ground. After that, Angel Reese gets up. She's feeling super spicy. She's charging at Caitlin Clark, who's walking away. Aliyah Boston steps in and kind of stops Angel Reese. Courtney Vandersloot also steps in. Clark attempted what she later called a simple take foul to stop an easy layup from Angel Reese. Nothing crazy, just a standard basketball play to prevent easy 2 points, but the officials saw it differently. They went to the monitor, reviewed the play, and upgraded it to a flagrant foul, a decision that immediately sparked controversy. But when you really watch the replay, something feels off. Angel came charging in like she wanted smoke, like she was ready to throw down. But here's the thing, if she really wanted to confront Caitlyn, what was stopping her? Nothing. That reaction, the body language, it felt forced, like she was putting on a performance. Fake tough, fake angry. The officials handed out technical fouls to both Reese and Boston for their part in the confrontation. What stood out most? Clark simply walked away to de-escalate while Reese kept talking. And let's be honest, from that moment on, Angel Reese disappeared. Her impact on the game is gone. Caitlyn was in her zone. It's like Clark didn't just eat the foul, she took over the moment mentally and physically. Reese was big mad, but small energy after that. Amid all the drama between Clark and Reese, something truly historic happened that didn't get nearly enough attention. Dana Bonner hit 2 free throws that moved her into 3rd place on the WNBA's all-time scoring list. Think about that. While everyone focused on the rivalry, a legitimate legend was quietly making history right before our eyes. The contrast couldn't be more stark. While social media exploded with Clark-Reese rivalry clips, the Fever celebrated Bonner's incredible achievement as a team. The way they rallied around her showed their growing chemistry and respect for the game's history. That right there tells you everything you need to know about the difference between Clark and Reese. One player tried to make it personal, the other made it about the team and made history in the process. See, real ones know you can be about yourself or about the team, but not both. When that final buzzer sounded and the scoreboard showed a 35-point blowout, social media absolutely exploded. Fans couldn't believe what they just witnessed. The Fever didn't just win, they demolished the Sky in every possible way. Twitter flooded with clips of Clark's no-look passes that seemed impossible and Boston's blocks that sent Sky players' shots into the 3rd row. Let's look at these box scores really quick. Aliyah Boston, 19 points, 13 rebounds. Dana Bonner, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and that historic milestone. Natasha Howard, 15 points, 5 rebounds. Kelsey Mitchell, 15 points. And Caitlyn Clark with that historic triple-double. 20 points, 10 assists, and 10 rebounds. Clark's post-game press conference showed exactly why fans love her. No trash talk, no fuel for the rivalry narrative that others try to create. Instead, she focused on what actually mattered. "I thought we were disruptive," she said, highlighting the team's defensive improvements. She made sure to praise Dana Bonner's historic achievement, calling her the strongest voice in our locker room. Inside the Fever locker room, cameras captured the pure joy that had been building for 7 months. Veterans embraced rookies. Coach White delivered an emotional speech about setting a new standard for the team. This wasn't just happiness after winning a game. This was a team realizing they could be something special. Meanwhile, Chicago's post-game scene couldn't have been more different. Angel Reese kept her comments about the flagrant foul brief, simply saying, "Basketball play. Refs got it right. Let's move on." Her teammates looked completely shell-shocked by the margin of defeat, struggling to explain how a supposed statement game turned into such a disaster. The vibes were straight up in the trenches. The Fever didn't just win a game, they announced their arrival as contenders to the entire WNBA. A historic 35-point victory that featured Clark's never-before-seen triple-double in a season opener, Boston's shot-blocking clinic, and a defense that made Chicago look completely lost. Angel Reese and the Sky walked away with nothing but questions and a brutal defeat. All those trash-talking comments now seem hollow after getting thoroughly outplayed in every aspect of the game. The 7-month wait is officially over. The Indiana Fever are back, and they're better than ever. This wasn't just an opening night win. This was the first chapter of what looks like the most exciting season in Fever history. If you're finding this new season game very interesting, share your thoughts in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out.